Hi, my name is Cole Chisholm, and this is my module number 2 assignment. And today I will be going over how to find the slope of a graph, how to find the equation of a graph, and how to graph in general. So today, I'm trying to find my cursor. Oh, there it is. Okay. So today the spotlight will be on y equals mx plus b graphs, x plus b graphs. So these graphs are simple, like line graphs. They go in a straight line. So y is obviously just a y point. M is the slope, which is equal to rise over run. I'll get more into that later. X is just the x point. Oh, did not mean to draw that there. And then the b is the y-intercept. In other words, the y-intercept is where the line crosses or makes contact with the y-axis. So say we have a graph here, and then boom, this would be the y-intercept. Let's just delete all that. Okay, so now that we know this, we are going to start off with a sample graph. So I'm going to try to make these lines as straight as possible. So in this one, we will be finding the equation. So I'm going to start with a line, let's say that goes from here to there. And let's say this right here is point 0, 3. And then this point right here is negative 2, 0. So in this graph, it is obviously a positive slope because as it is going up, it is also going to the right. And so that means the slope, which is m, will be positive. So what we're going to do to first start off this equation, we're going to write equals y. We're going to write the base equation and then find each component. So what we're going to do is we're first going to find the slope. So the slope is the ratio of the line moving spaces up and to the side. As you can see, you put how far it moves up on top and how far it moves horizontally on the bottom, vertically and horizontally, sorry. And so in order to find the slope of this equation, we're going to see how many it takes to go up from, I'm going to try and do a dotted line, to go from here, dotted line. Okay, so we're going to figure out how far it takes for this y coordinate to go to here and then the x coordinate to go to here. So this point is at 0, 3, so we're trying to get 0 to 3, so obviously that's going to be 3. So that makes this equation y equals 3 over something x plus the y-intercept. Now we want to figure out the run, which is how far horizontally it must move to get to the next point. So if it's at negative 2, in order to get to 0, you're going to have to move it 2 to the right, making the slope positive 3 over 2. So that is the slope. And now the only thing we have to do now is find the y-intercept. The y-intercept, as I stated before, is the point where, I'm sorry for that. The y-intercept is the point where this line right here, this black line here, I don't know if you can see that, I'll switch it to you. This, I'm like highlighting it. This line right here hits, I'm going to highlight this in blue, the y-axis. And that seems to be at point 0, 3. The x number has to always be 0 in order for it to cross the y, or to be on the y axis, the x must be 0. So in this case it's 0, 3. So the final equation is, oops, that is not a proper y. So the final equation is positive y equals 3 over 2x plus 3. So that is our final equation in this scenario. Now let's now do it the other way, where we are going to find the graph, or we're going to try and find the graph by using the equation first. So our starting equation is y equals 2x plus 6. That looks more like a b, I'm sorry. 6. So this is our starting equation. As you can see, it follows the format of y equals mx plus b. But you're probably wondering, wait, 2x, does that mean, like, what does that mean? Because there's no bottom number. Well, 2 can be simplified into 2 over 1, meaning the rise is 2. So it goes up vertically twice, and it goes to the right horizontally once. So 2x is equivalent to 2 over 1x. So now that you have this, we are going to draw the graph. Oh, and also the y-intercept, right, let's grab yellow, here is 6. So that is where this line is going to cross this y-axis right here. So we're going to draw the x-axis. And what we are going to do, the first thing you always want to do is plot the y-intercept, because it's a point you already have. So what we are going to do is plot it. So this point is 0, 6. I'm sorry, I'm very OCD about my handwriting. I'm doing this on a mouse right now, so it just looks funny. But yeah, so that y-intercept is 0, 6. So we know the line is going to be crossing this point. So from here, we can apply the slope, 2 over 1. So what we're going to do is rise over run. So it goes, here, I'll do a different color for this. Let's go with red. We know it goes 2 up and to the right 1. So that point would be right here. And that would be 1, 8. So from here we can also, if we turn both of them negative, it can move in the other direction. It can go down 2 to the left 1, making the point negative 1, 4. So we just keep doing that until we are satisfied. We can have another point at 210 and another point, I don't know, like right here at negative we can have this point right here at negative 2, 2. And then, wow, this looks horrible. I'm so sorry, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to get at. And then you can just draw the line. That is not a straight line. If this would be much easier if it was on a grid, obviously, and I wasn't on a mouse, but there we go. That is the equation of this graph. So let me move the graph over a bit. So this is the y-intercept, and then so it should look something like that. Hopefully you understood this video. Once again, this is Cole Chisholm Module 2 assignment. That I'm doing a teaching lesson video, and yeah, this is how you find the equation using a graph, you find the slope using a graph, and the y-intercept using a graph, and how you can make a graph using a simple y equals mx plus b equation. Thank you.